A career backup running back has ushered a perennial Pro Bowler out of town. A future first ballot Hall of Famer is back on good terms with the franchise that did him dirty. And Major League Baseball has an emerging superstar on its hands. Let's take a look back at the weekend that was in sports. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into last weekend in sports. I'm your Monday morning quarterback, Scott Procter. Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you out there. Thank you for your quiet down. Before we get into today's show, make sure you like, make sure you comment and subscribe, and always be on the lookout because we could use your comment and feedback in a future video. And also be sure to stay tuned to the end of this episode to find out who I award this weekend's Warrior, as well as give a shout out to an organization that is giving back. But to this episode here today, let's start here because the Minnesota Vikings officially released Dalvin Cook on Friday, putting an end to the 27-year-old running back's 6-year tenure with the franchise. After rushing for at least 1,100 yards in each of the last 4 seasons, the Vikings tossed my man Dalvin out the crib like Uncle Phil used to do jazz on Fresh Prince. But in all seriousness, if you didn't already know, the NFL is not only a business, it's a dirty game. Cook is undoubtedly one of the NFL's top running backs. He's made 4 consecutive Pro Bowls. And over the last 4 seasons, only Derrick Henry has averaged more scrimmage yards per game than Cook's 110. Now, my man Dalvin is jobless.
He ain't got no job.
Damn, Gina. But Cook, he isn't perfect. He turns 28 in August, which is damn near retirement age for NFL running backs nowadays. And last season, Cook actually led the NFL with 62 carries that either lost or did not gain a single yard. His age and his lack of efficiency last season, in addition to his $14 million cap hit if he remained on the team, ultimately led us to where we're at now. Alexander Mattison season. Mattison, he turns 25 this month and signed a $7 million contract extension in March after backing up Cook for the last 4 seasons. Now, they're big shoes to fill for Mattison, but he's shown that he's more than capable of doing so in limited action. And after the Vikings spent $7 million per season in free agency for blocking tight end Josh Oliver, expect Mattison to help Minnesota improve their 27th ranked rushing attack from last season. But moving on from one NFC North squad to another, after being selected with the 2nd overall pick in the 2007 NFL draft by the Detroit Lions, Calvin Johnson went on to become one of the best wide receivers in NFL history and arguably the best player in franchise history. Megatron holds franchise records in receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, despite retiring from the NFL after just 9 seasons. But it's that early retirement that led to a rift between Johnson and the franchise he spent his entire NFL career with. The Lions forced Johnson to repay $1.6 million of his signing bonus for retiring early and not playing out his contract.
Where's my money?
Franchise offered to pay Johnson $500,000 a year for 3 years to show up and speak at team events, but Megatron did not accept and said on multiple occasions that things between him and the team will never be right. But that was until recently. Johnson was spotted on the sidelines during the Lions OTA session in late May. He returned for the last day of mandatory minicamp last Thursday, and on Sunday, the Hall of Fame wide receiver hosted a high school football camp at Ford Field. It's a sign the relationship between Megatron and the Lions is trending upward. Johnson, he credits Lions Chief Operating Officer Mike Disner for helping repair the relationship, as well as his former teammate, Lions head coach Dan Campbell. Johnson and Campbell played together in Detroit in 2007 and 2008. And it's a good time for the Lions to get back in the good graces of Megatron because they're on the upswing themselves after a 9-8 finish to last season. In addition to an excellent offseason and an excellent draft, the Lions should find themselves in the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Moving on to the MLB, the fastest man in the world. He doesn't run track. He doesn't play football. He actually plays baseball for the Cincinnati Reds, and he's must-watch TV. The fastest man in the world, those are my words, obviously. They're actually his. Elly De La Cruz declared it after an 8-4 win over the Cardinals on Saturday and went on to prove it on Sunday. He flashed his elite speed in the series finale, reaching base 4 times and scoring the go-ahead run with the head-first slide in the 8th inning. The 21-year-old switch-hitting De La Cruz made his big league debut on Tuesday and is on a 6-game hitting streak to begin his major league career. He's hitting .364 with a double, a triple, a home run, 3 stolen bases, and 4 RBIs, all in his first 6 MLB games. Again, at just 21 years old. His first career MLB home run went 458 feet, and his first big league hit came off the bat at an unreal 112 miles per hour. Furthermore, through 22 plate appearances, De La Cruz has an average exit velocity of 99.8 miles per hour. For comparison's sake, Yankees sluggers Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton lead the MLB in average exit velocity among players with at least 50 trips to the plate. Judge checks in at 97 and Stanton's at 95 miles per hour. It's just unreal raw power from De La Cruz. But what sets him apart and makes him a budding superstar in this league is his world-class speed. His average sprint speed of 30.3 feet per second ranks 3rd among all big league players. And last week, he recorded the fastest home to third time in the majors this season. This man flew from home to third on a triple in 10.83 seconds. Elly De La Cruz, that man is a dog. He's the game's next superstar, and the Cincinnati Reds are must-watch TV because of it. But we're on to the weekend warrior, and this weekend warrior, it's going to Shane McClanahan, who became the first MLB pitcher this season to reach 10 wins. The Tampa Bay ace allowed just 3 runs, all in the 3rd inning, and struck out 5 across 7 innings to help the Rays get a 7-3 win on Sunday. McClanahan's 10th win of the season came against the Texas Rangers, who actually lead the MLB in batting average. At home this season, McClanahan is 5-0 with a 1.67 ERA in 7 starts, and the Rays are 7-0 in those games. He's a big reason why the Rays have the MLB's best record, and he's my weekend warrior. But lastly, this week, we want to salute Children's Minnesota. Founded in 1924, Children's has grown into one of the largest freestanding pediatric health systems in the United States, and the first and only hospital system in Minnesota, and just one of 13 in the nation to be verified as a Level 1 Children's Minnesota Surgery Center by the American College of Surgeons. It is an award-winning health system that's routinely ranked as a top children's hospital, and they earned our spotlight this week. But that's going to do it for this episode of Last Weekend in Sports. Stay tuned here soon for Proctor's Point of View, where we talk a little bit about the Denver Broncos and their quarterback, Russell Wilson. But until then, for your boy Scott Procter, we'll catch you then. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos, and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bbmsports.com.